Hello, welcome to the spin-off of Who Are the World's Biggest Caps. It isn't a part 2 or anything like that, this is just a piece I removed from the world's biggest cappers video. I removed it because it is a sad concept. You will thank me for keeping this out of the last video. It was hella heart-wrenching. Don't allow yourself to be flooded by your emotions. Ready? The Japanese say they like to live uptight, they aren't bothered by living the same lives every day. And they think that humans are more of a collective rather than individuals. I think it's all cap. Here are a few examples that structure their cap. Keep in mind that there are many caps. And even the Japanese themselves have documented these caps. Look up what Japanese hate about Japan. It is cap to think we all think the same since we all go through different things. We have the ability to think through a spectrum, but we aren't able to think of every part of that spectrum. There are some people that can comprehend and conjure up very different parts of the spectrum, such as those people that will think of the new things we like to indulge in, such as new sounds in music. I theorize that they cap out of pride, being unbothered in their standards of living, and are just projecting their stress onto the next generation. Their cap also gives them the grounds to feel like they were able to succeed in what another could not, giving them a sense of empowerment in being more able than others. It's like they are always saying, "Don't let your free time spoil you," in their heads. I would also like to point out that their teenagers are also committing more suicide than usual since 2018. I honestly think that Japanese society has pushed the wrong ideas on each other, causing them to be a little more different than the average society. Their drive toward their standards of living is presented as if they create competition with each other, whether it is talking a certain way or looking a certain way. Since there are a lot of Japanese characters in their alphabet, and not many Japanese know them all, there will be instances where one Japanese person knows how to speak the language a little better than the other, setting the circumstances for a chance to feel proud or recite their motivations from processes in the reward system. Part of the brain, they state things they did to themselves to indulge in the feat they perceive to be success, inducing the brain chemistry that follows thought processes linked to the reward system in their brain. Due to this neurological process, they may also push ideas of dressing a certain way or acting a certain way to establish their rank in society. This sense of competition is what could be having a negative influence in the way they perceive each other. The biggest argument to this notion regarding how Japan's society sees itself is by the way Japanese women feel so helpless when they are sexually assaulted. Japan has, or had, a problem with sexual harassment. Logged sexual assault cases in Japan's police claim increase in sexual assault cases. Others who interviewed Japanese people about the subject say they all know someone who was a victim at some point. Women there are quiet about it because they say that they feel helpless and scared. They even have different terms/names depending on where it happens. If it happens on a train station or on the train, the women feel a sense of hopelessness because there is no sense of unity in their society due to their standards of living. I assume it is a survival of the fittest type of social structure and that the mentality they hold is if you are not prepared, you will fail. And they just eat, sleep, and that mentality every day. So when they see someone who needs help, they just go back to that mentality and think, well, you should have been ready. I also think the victim sometimes feels this sense of wanting to deal with it themselves, so they just continue their lives as if it never happened and never reporting it because of this mentality. Thanks for watching. Remember to smile.